Hello, and welcome to this episode of Doug Does It. Today, we will be doing an overnight on Springer Mountain at Stover Creek Shelter. Well, it's a beautiful day out here. Probably mid-30s. A lot different than being in Florida. And short walk up a little bit of a hill. Trail conditions are a little bit icy. And look at this view. It's not a green tunnel yet. Doesn't even look like spring. How you doing? Beautiful day for a walk.
Oh yeah.
How far are you heading?
I was gonna do the trail, but I did the approach trail just to check my knees. They're telling me, forget it.
It's important to listen to your body.
Yeah, you got it.
So you're thinking about hiking the Appalachian Trail, right? You have no experience, and there's no experience required. However, if you would be so kind as to get yourself an education. Have you ever backpacked before? If you haven't, try a weekend. See if you like it. There's plenty of camping and there's plenty of hiking. It doesn't have to be on this trail, any trail. The hiking the trail is just several or many week-long trips or 3 or 4 day trips from one town to the next. So if you go out, try it, rent some gear, buy some gear, get yourself situated, because although there is no experience required and it's not necessary, it's highly recommended to know what you're getting yourself into. What do you need? What kind of gear is required? Well, there's big three, I guess. A tent, a sleeping bag, and a backpack. You don't need to have a fully enclosed tent. You can have a tarp, something to keep you dry. You can have a bivvy where you can slide your sleeping bag into. You can have a tent. You can have a hammock tent. You can have just a hammock with a rain fly. And there are myriad different scenarios in which you could choose. Backpacks, you can go UL, ultralight. There are several different companies that you can get a real lightweight pack. But is going light the right answer for you? You know, what are the creature comforts that you give up? Do you need a stove? No, you can go stoveless. You don't need a cook set. That's optional. So we overnighted on February 19th, Stover Creek Shelter, and woke up in the morning, packed up our gear. There was probably 5 or 6 other thru hikers there getting started. And we sat around a fire. We got to know each other some. It did get down to about 23 degrees that night or thereabout. And I stayed warm enough. The other hikers said they were warm enough. But it was definitely at the limit for my gear. Neo Air in an old 20-degree bag. Wore my down puffy. Cold weather for sure. And it is in bear country, black bears, down there that way. And so they do have a bear box, which is convenient to keep your food storage. And you can see the hikers going to pick that up. Get ready for the morning and boil up some water, make some coffee, have yourself a little bit of oatmeal, whatever. And for the most part, I think it was a successful overnight. It's nice to make some new friends. I guess there's another required piece of gear most people don't. realize is required all the time, and that's a little trowel. So if you're going to be digging a cat hole, let's not be using a stick to try to dig a hole in the ground to relieve yourself. Get yourself a small shovel and dig yourself a good hole. Resupply is something that you can learn. That's another thing that's out there. What do you want to bring as far as food? What options? What can you cook? What do you like to eat? What kind of stove? Are you going to make your own? If you bring a stove, there are so many nuances, and that's why we say hike your own hike. Learn what you like by trying several options, and you know, once you find what works, you don't always have to change it, but you can.